Welcome back, welcome back. You tell us Ask Brien is one of those popular shows on KHTS, so thank you. We get your emails, we get your phone calls, and we get your texts. Ladies texting me right now with a bunch of questions. This is kind of a disclaimer. This is a friend of mine. This is somebody, in fact, I'm so excited because I just found out today I'm getting my new couch next week. I can't wait. I've bought many things from Douglas Furniture, and look, I could go anywhere in town. I could shop anywhere. I go here because when I walk in, and I walked in a few years ago for the first time, within a minute I felt like I was welcome, like I was family. Welcome back to KHTS, Mr. Doug Green. It's such an honor to have you, and I consider you a friend because the way you treat my wife and the way you treat me, I hope you're around another 42 years. So my first question on AskBrien.com, how in the heck do you survive? I don't know of any business. I've been in business 37 years. I'd like to make it to 42, and you look younger than I do, so I'm kind of ticked off.
Well, I was very young when I opened up the store. That's
yeah,
for sure.
like what, 12?
He went right from the lemonade stand to the furniture store.
No kidding.
True. I was 22 years old when I opened up the store in Santa Clarita.
22?
22. My wife and I both lived out here, and we knew this is the place to be. This is where the new growth was going to be, and this is where people are going to need furniture. And so I've adjusted. I like to call ourselves chameleons because we adjust to what happens in our valley. We know what people are wanting, and we give them great customer service. That's what it's all about.
Well, we're going to dig a little deeper. Brien Johnson, you started AskBrien.com, and this would have been a great site for this 22-year-old years ago because you can go at AskBrien.com and do what?
Well, first of all, it's not just for someone who's 22 years old and starting a business. There's a misnomer there. The reality.
Wait a second. This is young people should be going there.
Of course, young people should be going there, but people can be 55, 65, 75, 85 and be in business for 40 years and still go there because they can do two things. One is they can give back and mentor to other people that have dealt with the same prior business issues so they can help them resolve it. And also they're going to have new business issues. For instance, he may have an issue with, hey, everyone's going online today, right? Everyone's going online. He may have that issue. He may want to talk to a younger person. So it doesn't matter what age. I wouldn't put a parameter there, and I wouldn't put a parameter there on whether
all I'm saying, it's a great site for young people.
It's a great site for young people and middle-aged people and old people.
Doug Green, Douglas Furniture. At 22 years old, let's do the little backstory. Mm-hmm. Who did you turn to for advice? Because today you can go to AskBrien.com and get advice, but there was no internet when you and I started in business. Who did you turn to?
Well, I went to people in town here for one thing. When I came into Newhall, I went up and down the street. I introduced myself to everybody, every business there was in town, shook their hand, talked to them, told them I was in town, and a lot of them took an interest because of that, and a lot of them helped me. A lot of them, you make mistakes when you're young. I did make mistakes, but I was real careful to correct them. And again, customer service. Like you said before, Coach, when you come into my store, we always have a smile on our face. We approach our work and our business the way we would want anybody to, the way we would want to be approached from anybody. And I feel comfortable when someone comes into the store. I'm happy when they come in. When I wake up in the morning, I look forward to going to work and have for 42 years, and I will for another 42 years. I'll have a walker in the store someday. So
that is a gift. Lindsay McCoy, you're in the real estate industry. When you look at the challenges, who do you turn to advice? Do you have a mentor besides Brien Johnson and AskBrien.com?
I actually have a broker, and he's very helpful. I also go to other agents as well if I need to.
Yeah. So you're going to your peer group,
right?
But when you're 22, like Doug Green, and I remember when I was 22.
She looks like she's 22.
You and I both started at the same age. We were also married about the same length, and we're still married to the same great ladies.
That's right.
When you look at, thank you for the applause, thank you. They're both beautiful, too.
I'm applauding for the wives.
That's right, thank you. So let's go down memory lane. You're 22. The location that you're in now is where? Where is it?
I'm just on Newhall Avenue, just east of the 14 freeway.
Do you remember the address by any chance?
23661 Newhall Avenue.
23661
Used to be called San Fernando Road years ago.
Is that your original location?
No, our original location was here in the middle of Newhall, in the town. And
In
we
this
were
radio
here,
station?
We were not far from the station. We were just down the street, and we were there for 8 years. The town was, the center of the valley out here at that time, and it was. I wanted to buy my own property and have my own business, and build our own buildings, and we were able to do that.
I just got to go back to something. I'm fascinated with what you said about you went up and down the street to introduce yourself.
Yes.
We don't do that anymore in
No.
business. Lindsay, in real estate, you know about farming.
You cannot go door knocking anymore. This
No.
is a thing of the past.
People lock the doors.
It's called email, internet,
Yeah.
social
But
media.
it's still networking.
Yeah.
People are still networking. So maybe you're not having a face-to-face meeting up and down the block, but you may go to a group like the Chamber of Commerce and you may meet yourself there. You may go to a restaurant and meet people. So this networking is still there. It may not be in the same medium.
In 1975, people were shocked when I walked into their businesses and shook their hand and told them who I was. Even then, it was a shock. But I've made so many friends that first day just doing that it was real important to me. I wanted to meet everybody, and they all became my friends and my customers. So that was a base that I was able to pull on right away.
Now, your showroom sounds like a plug, but it is fun to go into your store.
Thank you.
It is really, you got so many unique areas of the store. You got a couple of levels of the store. I could stay in your store for hours because you have so many interesting pieces. Where's your furniture made? I'm curious.
Most of what we have or what we carry is made in the United States. Most of everything is around the High Point, North Carolina area within a 200-mile radius. And my buying of furniture is the most important part of my job. You'd think it would be selling, but it really isn't. It's the buying for me. And I have to make sure I put the right products in. Not something you're seeing at every department store. Something that's unique.
But how
that
do you
can be proud of.
how do you know that? Lindsay, you know style. How often do styles change in the real estate industry?
They change a lot, but I think more important is quality, and I'm a
You got
quality
it, Lindsay. That's
seeker.
it. Yep. And that's us. That's Douglas Furniture. When other stores during the recessionary times traded down in quality, thinking that's where they had to go, we traded up. We went into higher end, better quality furniture because it lasts longer. When you put it in your house, it looks beautiful and lasts longer. So in the long run, it's cheaper. It's a value when you've had it for years, and you enjoy it when it always looks good. So it's better to buy better goods, and it's been proven to be a success for us.
So what is your most difficult challenge on a daily basis in running your business?
Oh boy, that's a good question. Probably the most difficult challenge is to reach the people. Probably to get more people in. Like Coach was saying, it's a unique place to come. Once you've been there, you'll be back again and again. And it's probably just to get the people through the door. That's the biggest challenge nowadays. Like you say, most people are just going on the internet and really not touching and feeling and setting. I don't know how you buy a sofa online. I mean, you really
got to sit on it.
I think you need to put your butt in.
How do you buy a mattress online?
You can't. I don't
it's
either. I
crazy.
don't understand that. So.
But you survived the Levitts, and I was thinking driving over this morning and do the show with Brien Johnson. That's what you're listening to. Ask Brien, Brien. It's a great website. Go to it. Ask any question about business that you don't want to ask your wife, and maybe you don't have anybody to turn to. And it's a site that has true experts on there. You should have him on there to ask
Well, we have more
furniture
than two
questions.
experts.
Huh?
We have many more.
No,
than
I'm
two
saying,
experts.
but put him on there for furniture. I don't know if you get any questions.
He just
on
needs to
furniture.
register and then ask.
Yeah. Doug Green of Douglas Furniture. So when you look at the question that Brien asked about what is your biggest challenge, to me, I don't know how you keep up with the trend. I mean, do trends change a year?
You mean like the shag carpet?
Well, I'm thinking of I don't know. I don't want to date myself, but
Olive green and gold years ago.
The
Yeah,
pony,
the
colors.
the pony
The-
saddle you had from.
like brown is in, right?
Yeah, beiges and grays and browns are in right now. The other thing is with our store, we're on the traditional and transitional end of it. So ours has longevity. When you buy a good piece of furniture, it usually lasts longer, and you're not so concerned about whether it's got purple stripes in it. You're thinking about the style overall, And good quality pieces of furniture always look good. You see an old Rolls Royce going down the street, it's always a handsome looking car. That's the same thing
That's
with our
your
furniture.
opinion about a Rolls Royce. I like what you're driving, pal. So the blue couch is out. I grew up with a blue couch.
Right.
Remember
right,
the blue couch?
Right. Yeah, beige and grays and
What
stuff.
do you got, Brian? What color couch? Do you even have couches or orange
I
crates?
technically do not have a couch.
Oh God. So
There's my challenge.
Lindsay. Yeah.
I have a nice gray microfiber couch. It's
There you go.
very nice.
Easy to clean.
What is microfiber?
Easy to
Yeah. What's microfiber?
It's kind of like it looks like a suede, but it's just a more durable, fluffier, softer.
So can I spill ice
nicer
cream on it?
fabric. You probably could spill without feeling the guilt, right?
Good. I'll try that.
We got from you, Doug Green at Douglas Furniture. I don't know what you call it, but it's a leather. Can I say a leather
Sectional.
Is that what it? No, the not the
the
thing in
recliner.
the middle. I want to say coffee table, but we put everything on it. Put our legs on it. It's made out of leather. What is
It's an
that?
ottoman. It's a leather
Ottoman.
ottoman.
That is-
concept.
An ottoman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking you don't put
Great
stuff on
idea.
the table.
Yeah.
No, but it's like I don't know. It's
It's
like
dual purpose. You get your feet up on it or a
4 feet
table.
by 4 feet. It's very cool. Yeah,
It's always a nice piece. Those are some of the unique pieces we have.
Yeah, and that's what you buy.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about your creativity. How do you go about selecting? Do you go to trade shows? Do you go through how do you do
I
it?
travel a lot. I go to a lot of trade shows. There's about 6 different ones that I travel to, and my wife and I go overseas to see different style trends. And actually, when my wife is shopping for clothing, I go with her because it'll tell me what the
Oh,
colors
you
are going to
go
be.
with her for a reason.
Yeah, I know. To keep a smile on her face. But I go with her to see the trend of colors because when it's on a woman's clothing now will be the trend in furniture next year, and so that keeps me up on it that way.
Look at Lindsay. That's pretty trendy right there. Now they're
I'm
going to
loving it.
Poland. Are you getting any chance?
Well, we're going to
check the
something
furniture
called-
out in Poland.
I don't think we're going to be checking out furniture, but we are going to the Wolf Summit, and the Wolf Summit is a huge event. There were 1,500 startup companies that applied. 1,572 companies applied. 350 were selected. As Brien was one of the ones selected, and investors we're going to be meeting with investors and other people, and we're going to be networking, and we're going to be showing our wares to another group of people. So we're excited about that.
You got to talk about that trip when you get back.
Well, we still have the Florida trip to talk about, and then Lindsay has some interesting real estate statistics that we were going over earlier.
Oh gosh, well,
I'd like
do you
to
want
get
to
some
hear
of
about that right
information.
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does real estate affect the furniture industry?
100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course,
we
buying
want to
new
see real
homes.
estate. Booming.
Here's ready some statistics right here. Lindsay's
Okay,
got
well,
it.
I'd imagine so. Right now, it seems that home sales have declined. The median sales price is $525,000. That's a decline of 6.1% in LA from January to February. So, I think that's due because of rising mortgage rates. And a 21% decrease in loan applications. So the affordability of homes is not as great as it once was. But the total sales are down 23% since February of last year. So only 4,862 homes sold last year. And if you want to, last month, let's see here, 14,891 homes sold.
But
And
the
this is in
higher
the
income-
LA area.
But the higher income homes are selling, correct?
The higher income homes are selling. As a matter of fact, sales of over 500,000 rose 11% since 2016, and sales of over 800,000 rose 10.5%, and sales over $1 million increased by 14.1%.
And that is Doug's market, because
That's
Doug's
my
market
marketplace,
is a
and
higher
that's-
end market.
yeah,
So
we-
Doug, you should be doing great.
We do. We are. We're seeing a huge level in confidence in people right now. We're feeling the person come in that's saying that they feel good about their jobs. They feel good about where we're going and where we're heading. A lot of relief, I have to say, over the last couple of months. And I feel real positive. I think those figures will keep going up.
Absolutely. Well, we certainly hope so. There's either deep-pocketed buyers out there, or the buyers are stretching their pocketbooks. But hopefully with the new administration here, we'll have the economy will keep going and steady, and and we'll see some stimulation here.
I see it too. I feel it amongst my friends. So back to Douglas Furniture, Doug Green, 42 years, the oldest retail business in Santa Clarita, and I think there's a reason for it. I don't think it's
So
your
if he's
great...
the oldest, then you telling me you were the first store here?
No, but we're lasted longer than any other retailer. So
Yeah,
So
he survived 42 years,
Yeah.
Brian. He
Right,
survived. But I want to go to the employees, because you asked that question about Carl. So do you have a training program for your people? Because if you're not there, but you're there most of the time.
right,
Well, he's at those trade shows.
yeah.
Yeah, but your people represent you like if you were there. I mean, I feel as comfortable talking to Jeff or any of the other people.
Right.
So congratulations. Do you have a manual? How do you train people?
Well, I train it myself, but my children are involved in the business is what it's really.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that helps me a lot, and we do have a training involved. It's quite intense. Everybody that's been with me has been with me a long time. We usually keep employees for years. I have some over 25 years that have been with me. So we're
We
a
need
happy
to bottle your ingredients.
Yeah.
Seriously, we need to come up with a Douglas Furniture bottle of ingredients. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back on the show we call Ask Brian. Lindsay McCoy, Brian Johnson. I'm your host, Coach Ron Tunick, and of course our guest Doug Green of Douglas Furniture. What is that address? One more time.
23661 Newhall Avenue.
Yeah, we'll be right back. And I have a question that might upset Doug, but I have to ask it. I have to represent you, my dear listeners. So stay tuned for the question. May be upsetting. I don't mean to do it to hurt his feelings, but I've got to ask. We'll be right back on the show we call Ask Brian, BRIEN.com. Don't forget, you're listening to KHTS 1220 AM. We have a fabulous radio app. I'm not kidding, the best app in the country. You can listen to all your favorite KHTS shows. Just go to the App Store, download the app. Also, Ask Brian has a great app, so you can carry Ask Brian with you. So, let's say you're going into a meeting and you need to ask a question. Go on the AskBrian.com app before you go in the meeting. Don't embarrass yourself. Get the facts or get an opinion or get a different view. So go to Ask Brian. Is that the name of the app, Ask Brian?
It is an Ask Brian. It's available on the Android and the iPhone, and it's been doubling or tripling in sales each month.
And I notice if you call KHTS and sign up for the news brief, no knock on newspapers, but every night at 5 to 5:15 you get this great app. Thousands of people get the news brief every night. And you got a nice logo on there. Did you see your logo on there? I'll show it to you in a minute.
I see it right here.
Yeah, but that's right. We're live on Facebook. Hello, you can see it. Also, in about 5 days, if you go to YouTube, you can see what everybody looks like. Everybody's curious about you, Lindsay McCoy.
Oh,
so
thank
go
you. I
to
know.
YouTube, KHTS, and check out Ask
You
Brian.
might need a TRO.
Nobody cares what I look like. All right, here's the question that might be a little sensitive, and I apologize for asking it, but I need to know. When I
I'm a
go
lawyer,
into
so be
Douglas Furniture, you always greet me with water. Thank you very much, because I carry my water bottle with me. But why don't you serve ice cream? It upsets me that you don't serve ice cream, and I just have to get it out. And now it's out. I'm okay with it.
Okay, good. That's good, because that'd be impossible.
Well,
We welcome children into our store.
no ice. Oh, no ice cream, no popcorn.
No ice
Yeah,
cream,
it
no
doesn't
popcorn.
work at a furniture store, does it?
Can't serve the glass of wine any longer.
I'm trying to. Years ago, and they didn't make it Levitt when I was a kid. I thought I bought my first furniture. I think, didn't they? They served hot dogs. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
They
I
had
do.
hot dogs at Levitt's
Gotta
Furniture.
worry about that.
Was it
a
like
little
Costco?
It was a cheap little hot dog. Who was the other big furniture store besides Levitt that didn't make it?
bit. There's McMahon's. There's a lot of them.
McMahon's.
But what about
yeah.
Ethan Allen? They're still around, right?
Yeah, barely. They are.
Yeah, but Douglas Furniture, 42 years, is still here serving the Santa Clarita Valley and Southern California. People in the Valley listen to our show, and Lindsay, you said that people in LA buy from Douglas Furniture, so that's cool too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How come you never expanded?
That's another good question. I'll tell you why.
I like to ask good questions.
It's a family reason. My wife and I decided years ago that it was either time to make 20 Douglas Furnitures or one good furniture store, one large, nice furniture store. And she asked me what the difference would be, and I said, well, 20 furniture stores, you're going to be a wealthy woman. but you're not going to see me very often, and I won't be around to be that baseball coach with the kids and watch them on horseback. And she says, "Oh, and what's the alternative? The alternative is to make a nice furniture store, make a good living, be happy for ourselves, and be able to be around and be that baseball coach." And she says, "That's the one I want." So that's the way we went, and I've been very, very happy with that decision all these years, and that's why I'm still around.
Has anyone ever tried to buy you out?
Yeah, there's been bids on it and stuff in the past and stuff, but this is a family-owned store. My kids came to me and said they want it to be their career also. When they graduated college, each of them have come to me that way, and I say, I'm so happy that Douglas Furniture, the name's going to continue on to the next generation, and I see the third generation coming up. They're starting to graduate high school here soon and stuff, and hopefully they'll have a spot for them too. And it's just been such a good business, and everybody knows us so well in this valley. I'm so happy that I don't have to have that happen.
His son Jeff, hopefully we'll get him in a month or so, or another one of my shows. Big time baseball player. We'll get Jeff on. Let me ask you, Douglas Green or Doug Green. What would your mommy name you? Douglas?
She called me Doug.
Doug, okay. And it's Douglas Furniture, ladies and gentlemen, if you want quality furniture. The site Ask Brien, don't you think that's a clever idea that a businessman like yourself can go there and ask an intimate question about law, accounting? I'm in the merchant processing business.
That's huge. It's a huge advantage. Yeah, that's something that we needed years ago.
You're not going to get that on Google. What you're going to get on Google is what everybody gets on Google. Who was the first president of the United States? George Washington.
Yeah, and I want to talk to a human. I don't know about you. I need to hear the response. I need to know.
There you go.
When there's a question to ask, I want to hear the tone of his voice.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if we should put Douglas Furniture on there. I wonder, would you think anybody would call up and ask about furniture? Do people call you and ask about furniture?
Every day.
Really?
Every day, yeah.
Give me a question. What would be a question?
Oh, gosh, what's good about the inside of a sofa? All insides are the same, and they're not. There's hardwood frames, there's pine frames, there's particle board. So they ask me quality questions usually. What's the best thing, or how come this is happening to my sofa? That I didn't buy from you, and we can explain why. And I get asked all the time.
What's the most popular fabric right now?
Oh gosh, there's so many different ones. Leather is really big.
I just got a leather couch.
Yeah, that's huge. Coach is right. Leather's huge right now. We sell a lot of leather there, but a lot of normal fabrics too that we remember. There's a lot of velvets that are out right now that are very nice and having a real nice touch and feel to them. Some of them feel like old bathrobes. They're so comfortable. So,
what are the demographics of your store?
Oh gosh, we cover all of Southern California.
Well, I mean by demographics.
The size,
the type of people that come.
From all ages. We go from from 30.
So you have millennials?
We do, but we usually hit from the 30s to no end. So
mostly people that have a house, or
mostly homeowners and condo owners and stuff. But
it's high quality.
It's high quality furniture. So
you have a layaway plan?
We do.
Well, they have financing, so it sounds like this gentleman here has some furniture issues.
No couch.
How can you not have a couch, man?
Incredible chairs in our store.
You must have a caveman chair, right?
Massage chairs.
Massage chairs, yeah. I'm sure you can get them. Our wonderful guest, Doug Green of Douglas Furniture. Disclaimer, I get all my stuff there for one reason. Not only the quality, but when I walk in, what was that television show, like Cheers, everybody knows your name? I just feel at home. I really do. I just
feel...
Are you
Norm or Cliff Clavin?
Huh?
Are you like Norm or Cliff Clavin?
I'm not answering that question at all. Lindsay, have a safe trip to Poland. I can't wait for you guys to get back.
You don't want me to have a safe trip?
I'm going to ask you about your trip in a second. Have a safe trip, my dear.
I'm just curious.
You may come home with a Polish husband.
Oh, maybe. Maybe not.
What was your question?
I have a question for Doug. I know you've been in the business such a long time. Is there, if you had an advisor, at your, beck and call, what question?
Besides coach.
Yeah, or business coach. Yeah, besides coach, what would you do? You have any question that you would ask him right now at this point in time? I know you're really established and you pretty much know all the ins and outs. But as you know, things are always evolving and changing. Is there any questions that you would ask that business coach right now?
Oh, probably hardest question that we always have right now and everything would be advertising. You know, where to put the advertising dollars. What are people looking at or watching or listening to? That's always the toughest question. So
I'll give you that answer. We
Yeah,
only
I
got
figured
30
you would.
seconds. Yeah, here it comes. KHTS has the #1 site in Santa Clarita, hometownstation.com. Hometownstation.com. We have listeners right now on it listening, and we're live on Facebook. So I'll get with Doug. We're gonna.
I wanted to ask him one question though. How has online affected your business?
yeah, it really, if anything, it just has sparked interest. You know, people go on. We have a big presence online, and when they see our site and stuff, it sparks interest. They want to come in and touch and feel, so they get interested in something. They call us. They come in. They try to find out where we are, and they want to set on it on furniture.
Where are you?
We're at 23661 San Fernando Road, right here in beautiful Newhall.
Thank you, pal, for coming in. I feel
Thank
like
you.
your family at Douglas
Same
Furniture.
here.
Hope you'll come back. See you next week.